How about this? Hey, Ed. Wow. So, this, you just said you mentioned my dad.
Your dad?
You talked to my dad because it was his 90th birthday. It's actually Saturday.
Yep. Wow. Yeah, he told me that.
And so we had a big soiree, and we went down there last week, and I went into the warehouse to find something fun to take down there, but the restaurant minimum for the food was so high that we decided to drink their wines. However, they did not have on their list the 1995 Chateau Yquem I took.
Oh,
which
that was nice.
Which oddly we didn't have on our list either. I just found it. I found it in the warehouse. Who has a random bottle of 95 Yquem lying around?
Well, a few people. I've got a random bottle of 1980.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Well, that's good money.
That's actually in my son's cellar because from the time he was born in 1974, every year I put away 2 bottles of wine on his birthday.
Oh.
And the deal was when he turned 21, he had to drink one of those bottles with his dad, and the other one he could drink with the floozy of his choice. That was how I put it to him. Anyway, welcome to the Wine of the Month Club. This is actually October of 2018. Yesterday it was January of 2018. I don't know how we got here, but I looked up the wines from 40
years.
But
I come down Magnolia, and I make a left on everything.
Why did I know that was coming? Anyway, 40 years ago, this month, we featured the Franciscan Chianti.
What?
Chianti from Franciscan, $2.50 a fifth. That was about a year before we started using 750s. I think 79 was when we started to use the 750s.
Instead of calling it fifth.
Yeah, instead of calling it a fifth.
Which is 5 bottles to a gallon, right?
5 bottles to a gallon, exactly. And the white, though, was Domaine Jucher Chablis.
Oh, a real Chablis.
Yeah, real Chablis.
Wait a minute, you had a real Chianti?
No.
You had a fake Chianti, the fake Chablis?
We didn't have a real Chianti. We had a German who made a Chianti who was going to be a Franciscan monk. That's how he named the winery, Franciscan. Justin Meyer studied to be a Franciscan monk, decided he liked women more than prayer, and so he left the ministry and had kids, got married and had kids.
Talk about crossroads, huh? So, it's funny, you said that.
I went down to the crossroads just to...
Okay. And you going up the country?
Yeah.
So, I've had 2 pretty influential wine families in the office the last couple of weeks, and I told you about Clovis Taittinger was here, of course, so the Taittinger family, and then a non-family member of Bollinger, but one of the high bigwigs, Guy de Rivois, was here, and so we've had a great time on camera. I hope you guys watch it. But one of the things I wanted to say was you said that the Franciscan Chianti.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So I don't. Who knows what grape it was?
Well, yeah. Your dad didn't even say. Yeah. I mean, it didn't make any difference what it was. I mean, Chianti is a place in Italy. It's not a grape.
So one of the winemakers or one of the guys grabbed it. It's been taken down since then, but was the Fetzer Gamay Beaujolais.
Oh, I bet that. You made him happy.
He's like, look at this. Isn't this funny? It was like a 78 or 79 or something.
Yeah.
So it was really old. He goes, yeah, can you imagine this? He was fascinated by the idea that we would call it Gamay Beaujolais. Again, another region. Well, it's a grape, but it's also a region. So anyway, we have some great wines this month. I hope you stick around and check it out.
Anyway, hi there, boys and girls. I'm Ed Masciana with my guest host, Paul Kalemkiarian Jr. This is the Vintners series for 2018, October. And as I said earlier, just last week it was January. You you can take the boy out of Palos Verdes. No, you can take no, never mind.
Actually, yesterday I was online because I wrote the story. I wrote the story about the Wine of the Month Club in the newsletter this month, that because of this just time, I think part of it's time, part of it's we pay our bills, part of it's we have some credentials, part of it's just so many pieces that all of a sudden there's all these people coming to see us. I mean, I told you earlier, but Clovis Taittinger's here. He does 2 things in LA that day. One was come here for an interview. Mm-hmm. The second thing was he went to a sommelier tasting to release his 2007.
Oh, did they have the sommeliers there that cheated on the test?
Yeah. So
don't get me started.
So I did this research yesterday trying to find pictures of Malaga Cove online, where maybe the liquor store is seen, which I found the building. But
I'm sure I've got pictures of that. I did a bunch of advertising stuff for your dad, and I'm sure
it'd be
somewhere
fun to get-
buried.
Would you find some of that stuff?
Well, I'd have to go look. I think I gave all those pictures to my son when I moved because I didn't have room for him. But I'll have to go look. I'm sure I got pictures of PB, wines and spirits.
That'd be great. Because there's that picture of my dad and I standing in front of that one thing, but that day that we took that picture, I was like, come on, Dad, we're taking pictures for you. He hired a photographer. So I know there's more pictures because I remember them, but we can't find them. I looked through his photo albums. That was easy for me to say.
It wasn't
This is
easy
the
for me to listen to.
PDQ. I mean, the PDQ red blend from Paso. It is, I believe it's Syrah, Rhone varietals.
Mm-hmm.
But
And this is in the limited series, right?
no, this is in the classic series.
Oh, in the classic series.
We tasted it out of order. So the Monrovia Station, which is in the other, we did in the classic series, is now we're actually in the
They don't care.
Vintners series.
Yeah. Wow.
Also, you just got a lot of dark cherry in it.
It
Is that what
does.
you're talking about?
Yeah, but it's a similar blend, different vintage than the last one, and there's just enough difference to say these are different wines, And the Syrah is a little more diffusive here, but you still get the Grenache cherry and
I get
cranberry.
I get the black cherry in this for sure, and less vanilla.
Less vanilla, but some vanilla, which
Yeah.
I think works here. It's not, they don't use much new oak in.
And the backbone's a little. What is that? Do you think the Mourvedre or something?
It could be.
It's
Actually,
firm in the finish.
The Mourvedre is where the grapiness comes from. We use all these terms to describe wine except grapes, which is what they're made from. The only grape that really tastes like grapes is Mourvedre, I think. Anyway.
Speaking of that, I had a customer sort of enlighten me because I talked about it in an email how California really doesn't have any real indigenous wine grapes, which is, I guess, inaccurate in its technicality because all the grapes, the Venice Lambrusco grapes, can make wine.
Right.
But they just don't make very good wine.
And Concord.
That's right. So I
Grows
said, look,
everywhere.
I said, you're right. Technically, you're right, except when it comes to
I'm giving it a 96, and
97.
you can buy it for $6.99 or $7.99.
right.
Yeah. Okay.
And the Monrovia Station is
There you go.
$12.99.
Yeah. Now,
Angeline, Sonoma County,
boy, this wine is really good.
Sauvignon Blanc.
I remember this one. This is one of my son's favorite wines, by the way.
I don't remember how. I guess I should get a deal on it.
Yeah, because this wine's kind of expensive. It's made by the guys that used to own Blackstone.
2070 Reserve, Sonoma County, and wow, what a nose!
Now, the thing about this wine that I find kind of exciting is that it really does remind me a little bit of white Bordeaux, and I swear there was Semillon in it, but it doesn't have any Semillon. It says 100% Sauvignon Blanc.
I'd say you're right. There's a little bit of that banana sort of tropical character in there, but it's not there. But the nose, I don't see it in the nose.
No, not in the nose,
I get pure Sauvignon Blanc, Sonoma,
but
void of grassiness.
dense, rich. Yeah, it's almost Chardonnay-like in terms of its weight and body and presence, but I mean, it's definitely Sauvignon Blanc in terms of the nose and the flavor components.
You know what I like about it? There's nothing that pops out as unusual. It just sort of kind of goes right through the palate, pick up all the different characters.
Here, one of these things usually pops out of there. Anyway. Yes, this is, I think, 20-something.
Hello, everybody.
Thank you. Yeah, let's just wreck the whole place, okay?
Hey, I love Sauvignon Blanc. You like Sauvignon Blanc? Yeah, okay, it's great.
Now, let him do an impersonation of Paul Kalemkiarian. He doesn't do that one very well.
Hello, everybody.
This is like
that's
20-something
changed,
bucks on the shelf, and you, lucky boys and girls, you can get it for $11.99.
There's a little bit of citrus right at the end,
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Lovely wine.
like grapefruit skin. Good night.
Okay, I'll just leave it over here.
What is this? Who's calling me? Oh, my mom. I'll call you later. Oh, okay. This is great. First of all, did you know monkey puzzle is a tree?
I did not know that.
Yeah, that's what this tree is.
Oh, I see. Why did they tell me that when
This
they gave me
is
the
Chilean.
information?
Chilean. What's this? Cab. It's Cab. This is what I love about Chilean wines, particularly the Malay. Cab Carmener, which was a Bordeaux varietal at one time, and Syrah. It's like, oh, okay, Syrah. And
Sure.
so, wow.
Well, you know how that happened, don't you? They're taking the grapes and they're putting it into the crusher, and one guy yells out way back, "Wait, that's Syrah!" Too late.
Boy, this is just like, you know, you get each piece of the grape. You got every grape in this thing. You can taste it. You can smell it.
You know, this is like there was this big earthquake in France, and Bordeaux is now part of the Rhone. Because I smell Bordeaux and I smell Rhone. I smell Cabernet, Merlot,
Yeah, right.
and I smell Syrah.
You're right. There's a little bit of,
It's really bizarre. It's really, really bizarre. Great wine. I mean, but you don't know where to put it, you know?
now it's changing. So it's separated. It's starting to come together.
Like
Come
me.
Together.
Right now.
Right now. Over me. So this is from our friends, the Gabella family. Their estate down in Chile.
Chile.
Maipo Valley. I said Maule, it's in Maipo. But you get, you know, it's, to me, Chilean wines are most obvious right in the beginning in the nose. Boom. This is from Chile because of that green pepper, green olives. But now it's starting to change. And I love that idea that you smell the Bordeaux.
It's
Totally.
bizarre. I mean, it's bizarre. You know, it's like Chinatown. It's Bordeaux. It's Rhone. It's Bordeaux. It's Rhone.
It's Pinot Noir. It's a
no, it's
95, 96 for me.
Yeah,
96.
98. I like it. I like the monkey puzzle tree. Doesn't look like either a monkey or a puzzle.
Well, no, actually, it's kind of look at the layers and stuff, right? $19.99 on the shelf, $12.99 for more. I've seen it other places for $15.99 on sale. But you know, I'm gonna taste it.
There you have it.
What am I gonna make with this? You know, like a
beef
like
bourguignon?
an Argentinian steak. Beef bourguignon, good idea. Oh, great idea.
Isn't that creepy? Just in time for Halloween. Ah,
Why didn't you open it earlier?
you know, I don't know. I can't answer that.
Okay, so we've tasted that Lodi Zin, Lodi Chat. Easy for you to say, Lodi Shard. And I said that we're going to taste the wine later today, which is like a Rombauer killer. And this is it. This is classic California oaked up Chardonnay, which is not careful. The Carneros, great district. It's 2014. Little
Well,
bottle
yeah,
age.
but I have to disagree with you a little bit. This is not as oaked up as Rombauer is by even a long shot.
It's not in the nose. How come
I don't know because
last time I tasted it, I could have sworn.
well, you know, all wines are created equal. We live by the credo: there are no great wines, only great bottles.
Yeah, no, it's simpler than that. I mean, it's softer than that, and it's more complex than that. Actually,
Way complex. Matter of fact,
what's wrong with me?
the oak is a component,
It
but
is.
it is not the component.
No.
I mean, it's an expansive component, not a constrictive component. That was really well put, wasn't it?
Wow.
Anyway, this is really nice Chardonnay.
So,
what are you
there's
talking
so many
about?
things going on in the nose. I'm like,
Yeah, there's almost pineapple.
It's. You're right. That's what it is.
I mean, it's
Pineapple
pineapple,
and coconut.
Yeah, and coconut. I mean, it's terrific Chardonnay. I tell you the truth, I wouldn't even think this was Chardonnay if I drank
I
it.
wouldn't. But Carneros is such a great district for Burgundy varietals, right? Bourgogne, Pinot Noir, and Chard. And they
Wow.
are dramatically different than the Napa, their counterparts in Napa and Sonoma. And what I do like is the finish at the very,
Yeah,
very
really
end.
nice finish.
You get a little bit of that. You get a little bit of the oak in the end.
Very little though. You know, it's crisp, it's clean. I'm
Like
doing a
that was funny. That was a little joke. Very little.
I see. They didn't get it either, but yeah, that's fine. Anyway, I'm doing a 97.
No, that was a little humor there, Ed.
Very little.
Yeah.
This is only 11. This is like $20 on the shelf and $11.99 on the reorder price. And boy, that This is a real crowd pleaser. You know, I don't know where you might be on the Chardonnay spectrum in terms of oak or no oak, but I don't think anybody would dislike this wine.
I'm gonna pour that at an event coming up.
I understand. And that's our show for today, boys and girls. The limited series for October, Halloween
Not
month.
the limited series, it's the Vintner series.
Vintners series. I know, whatever. I mean, Vintners series.
Wow, this is a great deal for the Vintner series.
It really is, actually. I thought it was a limited series.
Yeah.
Well, this wine sells for a lot more than that. Anyway, October 2018, and if we can figure out what club it is, you'll get it. Hey, I need some wine for the Boys and Girls Club fundraiser. Again, every month, every year, next month. Huh? It's